Let us endeavor so to live so that when we come to die, even the undertaker will be sorry. There are people who can do all fine and heroic things, but one, keep from telling their happiness to the unhappy. Don't part with your illusions. When they are gone, you may still exist, but you have ceased to live. It is curious that physical courage should be so common in the world and moral courage so rare. When we remember we are all mad, the mysteries disappear and life stands explained. I don't like to commit myself about heaven and hell. You see, I have friends in both places. I never smoke to excess. That is, I smoke in moderation, only one cigar at a time. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness, and many of our people need it sorely on these accounts. When people do not respect us, we are sharply offended, yet in his private heart no man much respects himself. Why is it that we rejoice at a birth and grieve at a funeral? It is because we are not the person involved. Under certain circumstances, urgent circumstances, desperate circumstances, profanity provides a relief denied even to prayer. It is by the goodness of God that in our country we have those three unspeakably precious things: freedom of speech, freedom of conscience, and the prudence never to practice either of them. I came in with Halley's Comet in 1835. It is coming again next year, and I expect to go out with it. It will be the greatest disappointment of my life if I don't go out with Halley's Comet. The Almighty has said, no doubt. Now here are these two unaccountable freaks. They came in together. They must go out together. If the world comes to an end, I want to be in Cincinnati. Everything comes there 10 years later. It is better to deserve honors and not have them than to have them and not deserve them. The man who does not read good books has no advantage over the man who cannot read them. The difference between the almost right word and the right word is really a large matter. 'Tis the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning. Work consists of whatever a body is obliged to do. Play consists of whatever a body is not obliged to do. Soap and education are not as sudden as a massacre, but they are more deadly in the long run. Training is everything. The peach was once a bitter almond. Cauliflower is nothing but cabbage with a college education. Biographies are but the clothes and buttons of the man. The biography of the man himself cannot be written. When your friends begin to flatter you on how young you look, it's a sure sign you're getting old. Lord save us all from old age and broken health and a hope tree that has lost the faculty of putting out blossoms. What a wee little part of a person's life are his acts and his words. His real life is led in his head and is known to none but himself. I have been complimented many times, and they always embarrass me. I always feel that they have not said enough. She was not quite what you would call refined. She was not quite what you would call unrefined. She was the kind of person that keeps a parrot. Drag your thoughts away from your troubles, by the ears, by the heels, or any other way you can manage it. Let us make a special effort to stop communicating with each other so we can have some conversation. Let us not be too particular. It is better to have old second-hand diamonds than none at all. When a person cannot deceive himself, the chances are against his being able to deceive other people. My books are like water. Those of the great geniuses are wine. Fortunately, everybody drinks water. One of the most striking differences between a cat and a lie is that a cat has only 9 lives. The man who is a pessimist before 48 knows too much. If he is an optimist after it, he knows too little. I must have a prodigious quantity of mind. It takes me as much as a week sometimes to make it up. A round man cannot be expected to fit in a square hole right away. He must have time to modify his shape. Good breeding consists in concealing how much we think of ourselves and how little we think of the other person. Man will do many things to get himself loved. He will do all things to get himself envied. The human race is a race of cowards, and I am not only marching in that procession but carrying a banner. Prophesy is a good line of business, but it is full of risks.